Here's Sherry and Jim. For the past several years, we've been full-time nomads, off exploring the world on motorcycles, bicycles, and our trusty Land Cruiser Maggie. But now, with borders closed and the world on lockdown, our wings have been clipped and we find ourselves faced with a new reality. How do we continue our travels without leaving home? Join us from our new base in Truckee, California, where we trade global exploring for some epic adventures in our own backyard. It's been about a couple of weeks since our last update, and a lot has changed since then. Most importantly, we've moved from Yosemite to Truckee, California. Excuse me. If you're not familiar with Truckee, it's about 10 miles from Lake Tahoe.
Yeah, it's a really ideal situation for us, and we're excited to be here. We're staying at our friends Christian and Persephone's mountain house, which is surrounded by national forest, and there's just tons of trail running and mountain biking opportunities. A little bit like the Yosemite cabin we were staying at before, but then also it's just a really comfortable house, and they've got lots of room. Most importantly, they've got a garage.
Yeah.
It gives us a place to store all of our travel gear, including our motorcycles and mountain bikes. So that's really perfect, and also it gives us a little bit of space in case we want to take on any interesting projects to occupy our time this summer.
We do have a really busy day planned today. We want to take a quick hike up at Donner Summit. It's a really, really beautiful area. And then after that, we need to take care of some business that we've been neglecting for a really long time.
Yeah.
So we're going to head to Reno, which is about 30 minutes away, and get all of our gear from our storage unit.
Which may sound really easy, except for the fact that we've got two motorcycles down there that are from when we ended our Alaska ride, and we haven't ridden them since then, so they haven't been serviced, and we can't just ride them up here. We really have to trailer them, so it's a bit of a project.
Yeah, it is definitely a project. We'll bring that all back to Truckee, and then the carrot at the end of the day is...
Because we need a carrot.
Yeah, definitely for that. We want to put our bicycles together so we can take a mountain bike ride back here.
Yeah, so we're already running behind schedule, so I'm not so optimistic. So we've really got to get on it and get going. So let's
get going.
All right. So we were here, let's see, about a week and a half ago, right, Sherry?
Mm-hmm.
And there was so much snow on the ground. You can actually see there's a ski area behind us, and you can actually see the lower slopes are completely bare now, and everything was buried in snow. In fact, I saw a marker up here just at the entrance to the PCT last week, and there was, I think it showed about 5 feet of snow still, so it's melting really quickly. Today's a beautiful day. I think it's like 60 degrees outside. But the cool thing is, here I'll go over here and show you, but there was a guy that was parked in a van here beside our, and he came back to his van while we were actually getting ready to leave to come out, and he had one ski and one snowshoe and one leg, and just using a set of poles and that snowshoe, he was hiking up here, and then you can come around here and see him, and he was hiking up to the top of this ridge line up here, and then he was skiing down these little chutes and everything, and he was just lapping it. And he looks so strong. So anyway, total respect. Today we won't be doing that. Today we were planning to snowshoe. We brought snowshoes, but I actually don't think we're going to need them. So we're just going to pick up the PCT up here and try it without snowshoes and just see what we see.
There's still a lot of snow here. Judging by how buried that sign is, it's probably about 4 feet deep still. We were here about a week ago, and I think there's about 2 feet more, wouldn't you say, then? So I think that's done a little bit of melting, but anyway, we're going to go ahead and go anyway. Jim's really smart. He's having me go first. So if anybody falls, it'll be me. So Jim is the first one to fall through up to his thigh, right, Jim?
Yep. Okay, should we get back to the car and get the snowshoes?
Maybe. My favorite type of snow is when it's 60 degrees and sunny outside. It really reminds me of spring skiing when we lived in Colorado.
Oh. Okay, literally I couldn't even start to say this before I fell through again. This is one of those classic situations where when we left the car, there wasn't really any snow. It melted so much since the last time we were up here that we didn't bother to take the snowshoes. Then we start hiking along and there's big patches of snow. It's not a big deal, so we don't go back to get our snowshoes. Now, we're pretty far from the car and we don't have that much time, so we have to, go to our storage unit today. So we don't want to go all the way back, but now the snow has gotten really deep and it's gotten really soft in places. So I feel like it's this thing where I've fallen through to my waist about 3 times now and a couple times to my knees as well. And every time I do, it's really unexpected. So I feel like it's one of those things where there's a trap door and you never know when it's going to open up and I'm just going to fall through, which is a bit annoying.
The weather is just awesome. It's 75 degrees outside. I could play in the snow all day, but unfortunately we have to get to Reno now to get to our storage unit.
Okay, so today's one of those days where we're gonna try and stop kicking the can. We've got this storage unit that we've had since earlier in the trip. This kind of become our resupply point. It was never really intended to be that way. It's just that when, we need a place near our friend's house up here in Truckee to resupply when we are changing from motorcycles to bike packing to our Land Cruiser. And so the storage unit is now full of all of our travel gear. And so today we've got a truck, and we're going to go load it all up, take it back to Truckee so we can start sorting through it, and most importantly, get rid of the storage unit. strange because usually we're here just for like a quick thing to grab some gear and get rid of some gear. This time we're trying to actually get out of here. Feels a little strange. All right, so what do we have?
The bikes.
We've got 2 motorcycles, 2 bicycles, and all the related gear, plus just a couple other things we've kind of accumulated because of this stuff during our travels. So I guess we better get to it, right?
Now we can hit the road.
Oh yeah, that's our friend Christian. He's the one that owns the house we're staying at this summer. He's an interesting guy to say the least, but that's a story for another day. All I'll say right now is that once he and a group of friends bought a limousine in Las Vegas and they drove it all the way to Timbuktu.
Everything's in. The only thing left to do right now is to put our bikes together and hopefully go for a ride. I'm optimistic that we can get it done.
Okay, in fairness, these bikes are still in their bike boxes from our Europe trip. They have been taken out before, so it's not like they're still packed and all the packing stuff and everything, but still, they've got to be put together. So I'm not quite so optimistic. So we got a little bit of a bet going here. So we'll see.
We'll do it.
Okay, so that went really smoothly. One more to go. I am running short on time, so I'm going to do this really quickly. And if I get it done in time, I'll see you back here with both bikes set up and we'll go for a ride. Otherwise, you can. I'll see you back here and I'll explain my absolute failure. right, so the sun is literally setting. I am watching it in the background. And I think it's time for sundowners. The good thing is we did barely squeak in a ride this afternoon for about like an hour or something like that. And it's totally like it was really, really beautiful. And I think it's a huge incentive to get back out and ride tomorrow.
Yeah.
But right now I think we're gonna go make a fire and
have a sundowner. I guess the sun's already down, so I don't know what you call it, but anyway.
Whatever you call it, we're gonna go do it. All right, so we made it. We got through a hectic day, and I would call it a success. Importantly, we've got a fire and a cold beer, and we got all our gear to Truckee, which we've been wanting to do for a really long time.
Yeah, it's really nice to have it all together finally, so we can actually use it.
Yeah, we're always on the road, so we don't really have our motorcycles and our bicycles and things like that are never where we are unless we're traveling with them. So we're really excited about that, and I think we've set ourselves up for a really successful summer in Truckee. We've been talking a lot kind of behind the scenes about what we might want to do with our downtime. We've come up with some really interesting ideas. They're still kind of in the formulation stage, so we're not quite ready to share yet, but we definitely will here in the near future. If you'd like to follow the journey and see what we end up doing, be sure to subscribe. And if you like this video, definitely click like.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think that's it. I think we're going to go have some dinner and relax and see you later.
Yeah, thanks guys. We'll see you in the next one.
See ya.
Bye.